Hi, Mike. Just been catching eggs. Eggies. All good, thank you. All good. As good as can be. A few little health issues going on in the background, but nothing I either can deal with or I can't, but, you know, that's life. Got new fish coming. Lots of new fish, so I'm happy. Expected to create stay-by eggs, so it was a good yield considering it was the first time. Hello, Kim. Hello. They are indeed, sir. And yellowtail congos and Braicontalansis longipinis, which is the African longfin tetra, which is that one with the black on the back. They're congos, they're yellowtail congos. These are all African. Can anyone see if FFL works, please? I've seen it on everybody's lives, but I haven't seen it on mine. Maybe I've been thrown off. Looks like I don't have it anymore. Fish Fam link was on yours, wasn't it, Craig? It was on Jeff's earlier. I guess I'm not on it. Can someone look to see if I'm on the Fish Fam link website? For me. Hey, Craig. It's not working, Craig. I ain't seen it for days. It's not working for me. Someone see if I show up on the Fish Fam links page. Mike, do us a favour, have a look. No, but I might have got bolted off, you never know. I have got a potty mouth. See, it was working on yours, Craig. I ain't seen stream elements either. Cheers, Mike. Yeah, I got 32 eggs, Craig. Believe it or not, there's 32 eggs in there. Fuel there. Where did I put the others? Oh, they're underneath the black thing. And two there. Yeah, but when it plays up, I don't see it, and I don't see it anywhere. But I seen it on yours and Jeff's today. I had to get every egg, Craig, off plant leaves for Corridor stay by. Some underneath the leaf, some on top of the leaf. Big water changing Cali black worms. Black worms are key to breeding, fact. So if you're in America and Australia, you can get freeze-dried Cali black worms. I've already looked. You just can't get them in the UK. Yeah, 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 it was a bit. But that's it now, I'll start filling breeder boxes up. This is where you'll see Craig 2.0 come out in me. It's what I love about the hobby, Craig, most. Breeding. I'll sort the money out eventually, Craig, in a couple of months. I'm going to put some money aside. Because they'll be a game changer for me, because I've spent in 2 weeks, I've spent £100 on just live ones. Ah, weird. Don't know then, Mike. Never mind. I got the auto unsubscribe though. What's that? I don't know what you mean, mate. Never mind. I can still work without it. Yeah, they do. Ah, right, okay. I've not done that today. I'm a good lad, me, Craig. I'm just gonna go check to see if I've got any more curry eggs. That's a nice foot. That's what you want, Craig. Some of them. Indian, Caridina, straight the bounty. You can put them in tap water. Zebras. Just looking for eggs. I see one right here. Oh, you awkward little son of a gun. Oh, it's on the wood. No, it was dud. Got over right Hawkeye for it, hadn't you? Oh, I'm just going to rate it off 30 to was a bad. Because a bad yield. I was getting 50 odd out of them, the parents. No worries, Dean. Did you get your filter up and running? You're waiting on Kim. Not Mike's Kim. Kim Chong. Oh, you're either poorly or you've had too many beers. All done, good lad. What's going round, mate? Lots and lots. A lot of COVID going round. It does it as hard though, doesn't it? It does it as hard. Oh. Jesus. I sleep maximum of about 3 hours. Sleep well, get well soon. I've just got this ready for the... I've got some of them coming, Craig. 1 second. Peacock Goby. Peacock Gudgeon. Just put some tubes in there now for them to go in. Planted, just needs to grow out. Thought I'd go laugh for a bit, just something to do. My fish have all been ordered. They will be with me on Tuesday. I've got 2 lots of hatcheries running. And a homemade one down there. Got to have the brown shrimp for the babies. Well, and the fish in general, because they all eat them. No, Craig, it's not easy gathering all the eggs. Especially when they lay them all over the fucking tank. It's easy when they lay them on the glass, it's just... plop. I think they'll start getting it right though and start laying on the glass eventually. You know what curries are like. If I remember rightly, the parents actually did the same thing. thing you find with albino curries. The Aenus, the curry bronze, for instance, or the Palianus albino. They go crazy then. They drop you tons of eggs. Albinos aren't shy either. So if you want a Corridorus what comes out, get albinos. Don't get a Corridorus similis. It's violet smudge spot known as, because you never see them. I'll put a tab in now, see if they come out. Right, that's the tab in there. Alright, discus. The discus are like, well, you're feeding them, why are you feeding me? So I'll feed them. Real good feed response on these, Craig. Absolute. See why Raina calls them piggies. Because they are piggies. This is the Serra, Mike, Joff. This is the Serra one they're eating. But this is the Serra, not the Serra colour discus. This is the Serra staple. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they do. They all like it, not just in discus. I've tried it on them all. I've been trying a lot of my discus foods on my fish, but it's herbivore stuff, and most of my fish are herbivores, so... Yeah, I can imagine, especially when they cost you what they cost you, Craig. Have you tried them on live black worms, Craig? I know it's not, I know. A $2 fish to a $200 fish is no different, I know, I get that. Yeah, I was worried with these, Mike. That's what I was worried about. I've had fish in the past what struggle to eat, and then I got introduced to California black worms, and then I never got a fish what never ate again. Oh, you hadn't? Oh, you just about. I thought you said you had. Have you adjusted the water? Can you get live worms? Or can you even get tuber-fix worms? Try them on some live worms. Yeah, not fast, because they'll get bloat and they'll end up having other issues. Oh, you're still doing it slowly, it's best way. A little bit at a time. What temp are they at? Yeah, like a shock. So they've got the temperature to get the metabolism going, and there's no risk of them getting ick, not at 30 Celsius. just need to find a food, like something what's high protein. I won't go no higher than 32, but then that's pretty warm. But the warmer it is, the faster the metabolism, so it's not a bad thing. Or even 31. What, so they won't even eat the like live worms? Only small amounts. I can tongue feed these now, so the ones that was not getting all the food actually got the same amount of worms today. Wet foods. I got advised to get the Tetra colour granule. Apparently it's really good for bulking up weight on discus. The downside, it's $20 for a 500ml. How was that good, Craig? Is that the shop? Ah, brand. Right, okay. Did you see Dimax had a stall at the UK Pet Show? That'll be good for me, Craig. Because I'd love to have all theirs, because I really... Everything I've just seen and read, it's just been the bee's knees. I've never heard of it, Craig. You never know, do you? I use this for a lot of treatments. This is my go-to one. This is an anti-fungus and white spot, but it treats everything. And it seems to do that. This is by Aquacare. It's the only one I'll use. It's the only one that works for me. Right, okay, I'll show you as and when where. First of all, the six peacock gobies are going to go in there. The Synodontis Synodontis petricola dwarf are going to go in here. It's 3 of them. The True petricola are going to go in here. No, the Lucipinis, sorry. My rainbows are going in there. And my epistos are going in there. As you can see, there's all different coloured shrimp, but they'll probably chomp them, so I'm not fussed. Yeah, I've got a tank up there as well. That's another tank. Sorry, Craig, what did you say? We have Aquasonic here in our area. What's Aquasonic? Yeah, it's an acrylic tank I got made. I designed it, the sizes, I drew it out, and I said, can you make that, turn that on paper into that, and that's what they did. But yeah, this is an acrylic. acrylic tank. A few scratches. I used to work for the company and I got thinking, do you know what, they could make, do you know the cases to go over like sand stuff, memorabilia and stuff, like if you want display cases. They make them and I thought, well, it's just a fish tank upside down. Oh, it's a fish company. Right, okay. Still think you should find a little cheap unit and turn it into 420 aquatics. Craig's Catfish Craig's brought to you by 420 Aquatics. Yeah, they are here too. Well, I've not got many teeth left to. Hello, Skipper. Welcome in, sir. I've just harvested my Corridorus Stairby. Got 32 eggs. First time they've laid these because they're the second generation from the old parents they had. So they decided to lay all the eggs on the plants, underneath the leaves, on top of the leaves, not the glass. So things are getting going. Just getting tanks ready for a new fish. We've got some, not in it yet, peacock gobies. I want the emperor as well, the emperor gobies. And I'm going to have a go at breeding them. I've bred everything else. Watching all you guys get all these different fish and do what you're doing, it really inspires me to, it motivates me. Because I've been doing this for years. And then never ever ever in a million years did I think I'd be sharing my journey, you know. I'd meet fellow like-minded people because I'm not really a people person, but that's just because I'm autistic and ADHD. But yeah. Angels as in fry or angels as in some juveniles? Yeah, this is what I mean. I'll have them, Jeffro. Angels are on my list to get. Probably one of my next fish, and then I'll quarantine them, and then I'm going to add them with them. I took some plants out of here today. Borrowed some of the small crypts. Yeah, but they do. It's mad, isn't it? We're all alike, really, Joff. Mr. Myers of Myersville. But the peacock gobies was only like $10 each, so I was like, I'll get 6 of them. Because I did have 6-pack and sonai rainbow fish in the basket. And I've got 8 Madagascar rainbows as well. It's the only species outside of Australia and Papua New Guinea of actual rainbow fish. Did you know that? We're all alike, Mike, in many, 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 many ways. They call them the gudgeon. They're of the gudgeon species, even though they're a goby. Yeah, there's a few species they had. They had a zebra goby. But yeah. Look up peacock gudgeon and emperor gudgeon. Mud skippers are gobies. Did you see who's got some mud skippers? Charlotte. A lot is nature. Good night. Good night, Kim. going to be a long night for me. And I can go to sleep. I want to get everything prepped. I'm doing extra water changes just to get the tanks right and everything. I want things pristine. I've done all the filters. I've had a good filter clean day. Obviously not overly cleaned the filters, just cleaned them enough. Took some of that gravy out, watered my plants. I've added some new pothos here, coming down from the tank. Some new pothos there. Some more there, coming down. Sleep well, honey. Love you. Mwah. Right. Arrow water. I want to get the old trusty pen out. Go on, keep going. 1 to 100. Yes! This is basically when the arrow's full, when that kicks in, once that's up, the auto shut off kicks in the arrow, so I'm not overfilling and wasting, basically. My arrow machine will start clicking and the light flashes to tell me that the back flush is on. It also has a back flush, man, so it cleans itself. Yeah, it's nice. It tells you it starts ticking, so you... Yeah, exactly that. Absolute piece of piddle. My system, the full setup, is all comes together, Jeff Rowe, so I'll quickly show you while I've still got the light on. All the booster pump, that's the auto shut off and back flush. That there starts flashing when it's full. But yeah, that all come together. All I had to do was plug one end in, the arrow to the tap water, and out the other end where my arrow water's going, which goes up there. That's an extra chamber. Goes all the way along there. It goes behind this unit. Keeps going behind here. Then to check the TDS, my TDS is all right. I've got that. That's showing too because water's stuck in the thing. I did indeed. And then if I want to show it off, I just turn one of the valves, and then that runs down there into here. And this one's my hard water. Oh, got an extra lid on there. This one's my hard water. This has got bags of crushed coral in the bottom. Well, that's tap water, but it's actually been filtered. But yeah, put it all together myself, man. I was never a YouTuber, I was just a watcher. And I was just watching how people don't know, so all what I saw, I've cut a few corners to save quite a few pounds as well. Could have spent a whole lot more. I've got a book, where is it? Let me find it. No, it's behind my bed. I've got a book with stuff. I designed all my room before I did it. The first thing I laid in was electric points and a full thingy so I can put, no matter where I put tanks, I've got an air system. My water for my hard water is there, so if I want water on tap, I just Just turn that on. How to make a brown shrimp hatchery if you can't afford one. That was a Lucasade bottle. The tape is because it blacks it out, and then what happens is when you shine the light, all the brine goes to the bottom. Then all I do with this, I just stick that to the bottom of the bottle where all the brine is, suck it up, and then I flush it through a brown shrimp net to get all the salt water out. I don't put the salt water in. Start adding salty water from brown shrimp to your tank. When you're a TDS checker, it starts going all over the place. I suppose I could, yeah. It's the principle of anything. You've got a bottle, you put an air pump in it, fill the water up to where you want it, and then make sure you get the right amount of salt to the right amount of brine. In 36 hours, that'll be full of brine. Or you can spend $15 on something like that. This one works the same principle, but when all the things float to the top, I turn that on and live brine comes out and fills my thing up. Believe it or not, let me see if I can find them. I've got a colony of... I'm just going to put you in the dark 1 second. I've got a colony, I don't know if they'll come up or you'll see them, but this tank is full of California blackworm. But I don't know a way of separating them from... ignore how dirty it is, but it's absolutely brimmed. No, they're not up. But usually there's thousands of little heads poking out of here. And I mean, probably thousands. Oh, there is some there. But I'll work out a way. That's by accident. I had fish in there before shrimp, and they actually bred. At 2.4 year brine shrimp, because that's a lot of capacity for just brine. You just need a 1 litre bottle, any bottle. Just make sure you put an hole at the top and the side, because if you don't, air doesn't come out in the bubble. If it's good airtight, you can make it explode. Yeah, I've got. Did you notice the UGFs? I'm running a UGF in there. Look, at an Asian style. That's from Taiwan. That box. Glenn makes them GB shrimp. Look, but this is done different. That's a sponge, 5 centimetre sponge, and then it's topped off with pea gravel. What you're looking at right now, Mike, is a UGF. Basically, what they do, Mike, they put media in that box and then top it off with shrimp soil, and then every time you need to reset, you take the old soil out, and it's just easier than taking the soil out of this tank, bare bottom tank. These are happy fish today because these have had live food and frozen. They eat both Daphnia, brown shrimp. These eat anything. Every house, every fish keeper should have some African tetras, guys. If you get breeding these, you'll make some money. Tell you now. Not impossible to breed either. Relatively easy, really. Any fish is relatively easy. But then for me, because I have access to RODI and whatnot, it's just UGF. What there? No, that's a breeder box full of eggs. It's a breeder box, Mike. It's got its own filtration system in it. But what I've done, you see this black bit here behind the thing, that's actually coarse sponge, and it has an uplift, so it creates like this. The Zist only have the Zist only have that at the sides. These Chinese ones have them at the bottom as well. But yeah, clean water comes into it all the time. DI is the resin part. If you've got an RO system, there's no DI resin part, and DI resin just finishes off the water to 000 basically. Without DI resin, you get about 20-30 TDS. Put it through DI resin, you get 000. Just a polishing. It's just the final polishing stuff. No, there's this breeder boxes are $30 to buy. Actually, they're $35. Or these ones worked out 14 bucks each. So I bought 10. And they're that identical to the Zis breeder box. That's a Zis lid. No. It depends, Jeffro. What I tend to do for my softer water fish, I do half tap water in my water butt and half RO. Then it softens my water down. And then I take the pen, as long as it's reading 200, I know it's softer. Whereas my shell is like straight from the tap, 350 TDS. No messing about. These tanks are at 200 and this one's at 120 ppm. That's parts per million. Stick with me, Mike, and I'll teach you all sorts. What's the best part? That I'll lend things off you guys. I've already took one of Craig's ideas on putting a U-bend to fill up tanks. What these breeder boxes, I highly recommend them. Ease of cleaning. That's been through. Said over 900 plecos in there, about 300 to stay by. God, it's done all sorts. But to clean them up, they're real easy. But yeah, if you don't put sponge in there, what can happen? I found a pleco up there, got sucked, and it clearly couldn't get back down, and it died. So I put a piece of sponge there, and then that acts. It just filters it. As you can see, the box is crystal clean. Well, it's got eggs in it, but. Oh, over a year old, so grown on, nice. Well, you should be. You can make this hobby self-sufficient. But what you've got to do first, see yourself like you're a tree. You plant the seed. For every branch what grows, every branch grows out. You need contact with a new person and another. Open all them doors of opportunity. Then you've got an outlet, local fish shop. Get friendly with them. Start talking. Oh, I've got these fish, and you can buy your next lot of fish food for nothing. It took me to have a self-sufficient fish room. I'll be honest, it's took me about 3 years. All the fish you see before you, apart from the fish I've just bought today, was all paid for with profits from selling shrimp and other fish. All that food. Not the food at the top. I love it. I don't know if you notice, mate, but I get real excited. I've read quite a bit of stuff over the years. My list is huge. Can you hear the pump? But the air system, can you hear it? I've got two running as well. What I've done, Jeffro, I've built a box with no lid around them, and all inside on the bottom of the box, I've got sponge, and then on the side of the box, I've got acoustic foam, and it works as a dampener. Oh dear. You sold me dog, Craig. Bubbles. The bubbles, yeah, you can hear a fan. It's just bubbles in the fan, but no, you don't. Considering I'm not a big room, the one thing I didn't want was the noise from an air pump. The bubbles is from these are churning, look. These top tanks are churning out. I like good yield from my sponge filter. Like Craig has it. I just believe it's good for tank water. It's good for fish. If you're going to go with fancy guppies, look at maybe trying to find some sort of Thai imports and then find yourself a transhipper over here in Belgium. I was paying $45 for a trio, but you should have seen my purple Moscows, Mike. They come from Thailand. So two females, one male. And you always get an extra fish just in case, so you end up with 4. The UK was once like that, and then it's took off. I'll show you one, Jeffrey, I'll show you one of mine. Can you see all this PVC piping with the air taps in, look? And then it runs all the way down here. It runs the full length of the room. And that's behind that. A rubber grommet on some 22mm UPVC, and then put your taps wherever you want them. But yeah, this box has got acoustic foam, and that's satin sponge, if you look. There you are. Yeah, you don't hear it. Yeah, because it wasn't cheap, but you pay for what you get with some things. This was a Jerboa, J-A-B-O-A, Jerboa Jacode, J-A-C-O-D, 80. Proper pond pump, powerful one, but the UPVC piping cost me, with all the joins, it cost me £54 plus the price of the pump. I had it all in for £200. Now, if you want to go around and work out how many, say you have to pay 20, 30, 40, 60 for individual pumps, you work it out. See, that's why you need to open new doors of opportunity. Like, for instance, tap into the Dutch market, mate, because you can you or not, could you or not take fish from Belgium to Holland? How do you tap into the trade line? Usually, if you want to put a 4mm bit, 4mm drill bit, drill a 4mm hole, and then get some steel, get some taps, put your tap in, no glue, just pop it in, 4mm. As you can see, it goes all the way around, and I've got it dropping down there, but if I want, I can actually send that way, around that corner, and along the back. And then I've got a backup pump here. Again, you can't hear it because it's on. If you put it on sponge, it works. Some big thick sponge. That's just for if A breaks down, I've got B. B will come on. If that makes sense. Always have extras. But yeah, it works a treat. It works better than what I thought it would setting it up in my head. The full reel of the UPVC pipe was cheap. It was the connection pieces and the T-junctions what was expensive. But if you're not making that, you only need 4 corners. A lot of people make the loop and put it around the ceiling, all the way around the edge of the room, which I think is a better way of doing it, because then you're open to drop air lines wherever you want to put tanks. And you get the added benefit, the heat from the air pump, especially in the winter months, warms the tubing up relatively warm, not too warm, and it actually warms the room. The only thing heating in my room right now is the air pump. And some tanks have heaters. That does. They do. The middle one doesn't. Bottom one don't. Top one don't. Bottom one does. I always have them in the bottom, not the top, because heat rises. No, because I didn't put a cover over the top. So as long as it can still absorb air, it won't overheat. Don't get me wrong, they do get very hot. When they get hot in the summer months, I have some like little clip-on fans. I can actually have a fan blowing on it, and it works enough. Or you could put a little PC fan and run a 12-volt thing. Put PC fans at either side so it's sucking the air up when your pump's on. You see, there's loads of ways. You can buy these little USB fans now. Clip-on ones, you just clip one on and just point it on the air pump. As long as it's got a constant flow over it, it does cool them down. Because we had one summer here, it was 35 Celsius, which is rare for us. But my pump's got hot. I put the fan over it and it took a few degrees off. That's it. So basically, yeah, what you're saying there is right. The tank, the air loop, what's closest to the air pump, that tank will get warmer air through it into the air pump, the bubbles, then tanks further away because the closest one's first. So your tanks, what you want warmer, have closest to the air pump, for the feeds. And the ones that you want cooler have furthest away. It's about 2 or 3, sometimes it can be 2 to 3 degrees Celsius difference. Work smart, not hard. Life is just maths. But that's only an 80 watt. If I had individuals, I was looking at about 150. Like, I didn't even need a heater in that tank. It was already at 25 Celsius, but it's just a failsafe. Plus these are on temperature regulators, so it tells you what the tank temperature is and whatnot. What time are we on? Yes. Pretty much. We've got a built-in stat. Although I got them off Amazon, they was cheap and one's already blew on me. Good morning, Glenn. But you can change them to Fahrenheit just by pressing the button on the top and holding it back, and it changes to Fahrenheit. Just gonna see if my toes are getting all right. Guess what, guys? Look where I'm going. Egg collecting. Collecting eggs. Just gathering up more eggs. Just looking on any plants. Two more. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. One coat of blue and then a coat of black over it. You get like that effect. 16 more, so that's 32, 42, 48 eggs. Yee-ho! I feel like Craig. Get in. Eggs, eggs, eggs everywhere. They all look good as well. Back of this tank, Jeff Rose, actually these tanks are not painted. That's just a piece of, you know, a black bedding set. I actually cut it in half and pinned it to the back. Pinned it to the back of the... Nah, don't do it, I've been there, mate. They do nothing. Crabs in general, be it a water crab or land crab or semi-arboreal, they all do one thing, mate. Hard. Craig, if you're still there, I knew I was right, I knew my feeling was right, but turn the light back on and there was loads more eggs, but on the glass this time. So now I'm starting to fill it up with yoo-hoo! Cherax, yes. Very busy. More active, less shy, better feeders. I don't know, it depends, what do you want? What do you want out of it? Yep, that's what it's saying. What do you want out of it? Do you want... Is it worth just having a tank with something in it, or is it worth having a tank with many things in it? Me personally, I think a tank's better. I've been to the tanks where you're just having the fuel and it's just rubbish. Mike wants crabs. Right, gentlemen and gentle beings, I'm going to go now. Thank you for joining me. Pleasure as always. See, I'd have one of them, but we can't keep them here. Catch you both soon. Guppies of crap. Take care, guys. It is, isn't it? Catch you soon, guys. Bye.